Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech, the
Number number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning.
good morning, good morning. I see Tech Coach Ralph here bright and early. Good morning, Tech Coach Ralph. We wanted to say howdy to you as well. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing good. Just wanted to make sure that we got the
What's up,
ball
bro?
rolling. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah. I actually Man, it's been quite a morning. I don't know. I'll make sure I give you a breather before you share your morning or your weekend.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
get into it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Tech Coach Ralph, let us know how you doing this morning. We're so glad to have you on the line, and a few others that'll be joining us pretty soon. Man, first things first, we have a lot on the docket to cover. Thank you guys for rocking with us, but go ahead and go click on the subscribe button if you haven't already, so that way you can always be attentive to the things that we're dropping and the different articles that we'll be covering. And so today, before we get started, we always talk about what's what's top of mind, what we're looking to do right now, and specifically about our weekend. Let's go to Tech Coach Ralph real quickly. He says, "Doing well, crunch time, trying to finish the app by release date." If you have not been tuned into that, definitely tune into the saga of Tech Coach
I
Ralph.
need to tune in.
Yeah, Tech Coach Ralph building up this app. We could say we knew him back when, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
before the fame and all the accolades and awards. And so so definitely tune into Tech Coach Ralph on his YouTube channel. Definitely check it out for sure. We also just going off the weekend. Basically, the weekend was good. Overall just kind of like we bought this calendar this week. I don't know if you guys seen it on TikTok or other places, but this is family calendar where we do tasks and stuff like that, and it's been like a huge game changer for us to keep our
Really?
kids in tune because it's like incentivizes them to do stuff. So they get like little. It's not only our calendar as a family, but it like has like a task slash reward system. So if they do certain tasks, they get certain stars and so now they're getting more incentivized to like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I want to get a reward at the end of the week. So
Bro.
so that's been kind of fun. But mostly this weekend was about just kind of like making sure the kids were good. My wife went out a little bit, and so just was basically being a homebody, putting things together and getting things set up for them. So overall, it was a good weekend. Nothing crazy, no major highlights that I could think of. But yeah, Techo Shroud says it's one of those digital calendars or physical calendars. It's a digital calendar. Yeah, it's one of those digital calendars that we they show online. If you've seen it,
Mm.
it's one of those digital calendars. It's a little pretty penny, I ain't gonna lie, for the size of it. But
Ah,
right now, it feels like an essential part of the family and keeping us intentional about certain things. I even got tasks for myself on there. Little things like, did you brush your teeth? Yeah, of course I did. Okay,
yeah.
check.
Yeah.
So we're all like on the same page and making the most of our time. So listen, that's worked out for us. But I gave you your breather. I want to give you back the time to
That's
share how
awesome.
your morning was.
Oh yeah, bro. So I mean, weekend wise, it was pretty much, not much going on. Didn't really do too much. Cleaned out some closets, got some stuff off to Goodwill. Well, actually, I didn't even get to get it to Goodwill because they closed. So I had to take it to like one of the little bins that just sit by a store or something that's like, hey, drop off your clothes. But yeah, just did that kind of stuff and went to church, had a good time. That was pretty much it there. But today, this morning, if y'all see, I'm like a little drenchy right now because I'm trying to, cool off. Basically, I had to help wifey get some stuff to the car,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll still be back right on time. So I'm texting Joseph like, yo, bro, on my way, big dog. Like literally gonna be on time for the show. That's why we late, by the way. It's because of me. But anyway, I get back in, and I'm getting ready to turn the light off, and I see a phone on the counter, and I'm like, ah, crap. I tap it just to see. I'm like, if this is her phone, then I gotta go run it back down there, and we about to start now. Man, I tap the phone, it lights up. I'm like, crap. So I just grab it and I'm taking off, right? You know what I'm saying? 4-2, you know, Cat Williams style, 4-2. I get to the car, I finally get there, and I'm like, yo, opens the door. That's my old phone. I'm like, So then I gotta run back up. That's why we late. That's why I'm sweating, if y'all see it. But we good. We here though. So quick little story. But we in the game. Everything is cool in the game.
Yeah. All good. It was. Hey, this is the start. This is the way life is sometimes. But listen, family's first, right? So
yeah, and you know the wildest part about all that, man. I've been up since 5, so that's what's cold blooded about it. But that's part of it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Tech Coach Rouse says, I thought Trey was being chased by wild Texas ducks on his morning walk.
That's a little inside jokey joke from one of my videos. Appreciate you watching Tech Coach Rouse. That's hilarious. Basically, bro, they aren't. We don't have wild ducks, but like there are big where I live. There are big groups of ducks that kind of congregate because people, you know, give them stuff and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of them. You know how, you know, I'm black, man. Sometimes you can foresee, stuff maybe before it happened. So you try and go a different way or do something different, man. So I'm walking and doing my video, and I see a dog on the other side of the ducks, like a little bit down the way. Yeah. I see a dude feeding ducks, and then it's me walking towards that. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't want to mess up my video. Let me just turn around right here. But in the video, it just looked like I was scared of the ducks. So, you know, no wild ducks, Tech Coach Ralph.
They'll start flocking over to your you know, as soon as you walk by, and then
oh man,
yeah, ducks inside.
No, it was some big ones. I think it might have been some geese in there too, man. It was some big ones, but
listen, I hear you. I hear you for sure, man. Oh man, we got a lot to cover on this one. This will be a good episode. Yep. This will be a good one. Yep. Oh man, so the topics range, man. So you definitely want to stay tuned for this. We'll be talking about a few different topics. You know, Anthropic cuts off OpenAI. We're gonna talk about the man that nearly lost $1 billion. Actually, no, he lost $1 billion on his hard drive, and how AI is squeezing college grads. And so we definitely want you to be locked in with us. Go ahead, if there's a subject that you like, man, this was good, show some likes. It helps the channel and build the channel out and helps us grow. And make sure that if you are cool with it, share with other people. That's the way we can grow as well as a channel. We're getting close to that 900 mark, so we want to keep it pushing, keep it moving. I actually shared this to my channel, but it's not going to stay on my channel. I just shared it to make sure people know we in the building. So let's get into that first topic, because at first I was like, okay, wow, it's a lot of money. It was 700 something million at first, but you know that cryptocurrency does fluctuate when it comes to value. So right now, for my last time researching this particular topic, it has grown to a number that I'm gonna let Trey share about this. Tech back, Trey, go ahead.
Yeah, bro. Have y'all ever like accidentally threw away something that was like kind of valuable or like super valuable? Like, you know, like, man, I threw that out. Crap. Well, so I remember my mom, because I have as well, but I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. But I know I remember this story. My mom, I remember her telling me, like, back in the day, you know, in the 90s, she was washing dishes. And so she normally, what she would do is she would have, you know, back in the 90s, everybody, blacks, were gold out. Everything was gold, all gold. So she had all the rings on all fingers and all that stuff, but she would take them off and put them on a napkin on the side while she was washing her dishes and washing the, you know, kitchen, or, you know, cleaning the kitchen and stuff. Well, she said that she accidentally threw away all her gold rings and bracelets. Like she just scooped them up with some other napkins and threw it in the trash. And she didn't realize it until like the trash was long gone. And that's exactly what happened with this man. His name is James Howells. Okay. And he became probably at this point one of the most famous accidents ever. Okay. And it's because of this right here. He threw away $918 million as of today. But basically, this was back in 2013. And I know you're wondering why we're talking about it today is because he basically just had to give up on that $918 million here in 2025. But yeah, in 2013, James was cleaning his office in Wales, and he had a bunch of old computers and computer parts and all that kind of stuff. So he decided to just kind of throw everything out, right? And throw some of the hard drives out too, all the old ones. Well, if you don't know what a hard drive is, that's like the brain of the computer, like where all the files and stuff live. But anyway, he accidentally threw away the wrong one. Now, as I dug a little deeper into the story, technically, his ex-girlfriend threw away the wrong one. Her name was Halfina Eddie Evans. Yeah, I put her all the way out there, whole name. But it's because she came forward and actually admitted that she was the one who threw the hard drive out. Now, this hard drive had 8,000 Bitcoin on it that was saved on it. And I want y'all to notice, I said ex-girlfriend. Yeah. Ted Coach Ralph, he got it. Ex-girlfriend. Because she was excommunicado after that. but no, back then, though, each Bitcoin was worth about $130. And so back then, the money that he had lost was around $1 million back then, which is still crazy. You know, that's still crazy, a lot of money to be just thrown away in the trash. But not nearly as crazy as what ended up happening. So over the years, the price, shot up, obviously. And right now, those 8,000 Bitcoin is, like I said, worth over $918 million. And yeah, that's almost $1 billion that literally went in the trash. I know we use that one a lot, but that's what happened. So he didn't give up, though. Like, obviously, if you threw away $1 million at the time, you're trying to get that back. So literally over 10 years, y'all, he's tried all kind of stuff to try and get this hard drive back. He offered the city money to let him go and dig it up in the landfill where it was buried. He came up with some ideas like using robots, using drones to help find it safely. The last sort of thing that he did, he even tried to sue the city to get permission. So to go and do this. And they basically always said no. And the reason is because the city was worried about him digging up the garbage, or they were worried that digging up the garbage was going to be dangerous for the environment. I guess, moving around, making stuff go up into the atmosphere, I guess, that was going to release toxic gas or dirty water. But it also, y'all, it would just be almost impossible. Like, have y'all ever seen a landfill? Like, it would be impossible, really. But I would have tried it too, though. No, not even gonna lie. But where it was, giant trash mountains, like at that facility, at that specific place, they said that it would be the size of like 70 football fields. Like, bro, he wasn't gonna find that. Maybe. Experts who looked at it, they said he had about a 1 in 143 billion chance. And obviously that's harder than winning the lottery. But y'all, in the end, in 2025 this year, after all the efforts, talking with the city, all this kind of stuff, basically the city said they're planning on turning that landfill into a solar farm. So James had to give up. Yeah, he chased it for over a decade, but at the end of the day, his good is gone. He's gonna live with this forever. He probably think about it every day. But at the end of the day, what if she didn't throw it in the trash? What if she what if she got it? Also, what if the city is saying no because somebody in the city got it? I don't know, y'all. It's one of those things. What's the biggest lesson that we can get right here? If you own something that got some value, especially something like Bitcoin or something that is a treasure, you got to keep it super safe. Like, you can't afford to miss out on certain things. And almost $1 billion, you definitely don't want to do that. Probably should have had it inside of a safety box or something. Anyway, also, what Tech Coach Ralph said as well, if you are not married, keep it away from your ex. And that's it on this one, folks. Joseph, back to you.
This is a wild story.
No, that was crazy, bro.
My question to the audience is, how sick would you be if this was you? Like, how, like,
I'm telling you, every day.
I would probably get gray hair prematurely if this was me. It's a not saying that money is everything, but listen, you almost get $1 billion that you lost.
It's not, but it's right up there with oxygen. And I know he's losing a lot of oxygen right now with
brain cells, everything. It's all this combination right here. It's tough. It is tough. Oh man. Let's go to the comment section before I say anything. Well, we got Tech Coach Riley said, Pence, she's the ex. And to echo what I knew Trey was going to say, excommunicado.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Trey said, I know people say crypto is the safest on one of those physical crypto wallets such as hard drive or USB drives, but this proves it. It sounds like keeping money in your mattress, then fire, flood, home invasion. It's all lost. It's all lost.
Yeah.
Reese is in the building. Good morning, Reese.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Glad to have you with us. And last but not least, he says, keep it away from your ex. Man, listen here. I tend to agree with that. Like in the regards to the sense of like, man, Reese said people are wicked. People are wicked.
They are, man. They are.
Man,
I would hear about people setting people up, all that.
Yeah, like at this point, I mean, maybe when he first started the search, maybe he could have put a bounty on it and said, hey, listen, whoever could get this thing for me, on the dark, I guess on the dark web, whoever could get this thing for me, you could get some Bitcoin out of this. But then again, a person might get it and be like, nah, I'll keep it for myself. It's one of the hard things,
Yeah, but at the same time, if you did find it, you probably would want to let him know so that you can get some, and because it was password. They got all the password protection, and you got the what is it? The key. You got the key and all that stuff. So you wouldn't be able to do nothing with it unless you had that anyway. So what he probably could have did was like, well, I know they said the city was, they were worried about the environment. Somebody got that. Somebody got it. But anyway, they were worried about the environment. But he could have just set up something with the city, like, yo, excuse me, I don't know how big the city is.
Yeah.
Whoever finds this, I'm giving the family a meal ticket, or a couple of them, 5 M's, whatever, and we're gonna make this a community thing, and we're gonna get out here and get it done. Bring your dogs, bring your cats. No, but seriously, I don't know, bro. That's one of them ones. He even on the day, think about it, bro. Even on the day the trash was picked up, it would have been hard.
Wow.
Like, how many trucks are picking up trash that day? You got to find the one that came to your area, then find where that one is. Like, bro, even on the day, it would have been hard. He was cooked as soon as he realized that it was gone.
Crispy. Oh, listen, y'all. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me would be like, I can't believe this happened. It'd be heartbreaking. And the fact that, yeah.
Oh, man, go ahead.
I'm thinking like, what was she like? Throwing out a hard drive is not like a usual thing you just do without asking. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where was the thought process when it came to the X about, hey, I'm going to pick up this little piece of machinery here and throw it out because it's messing up the feng shui in the room. Maybe there was something that was said beforehand. I don't know, but
he was throwing away computer stuff. That's a computer thing.
Yeah,
she threw it away, man. I don't know, but
ask about it first, though. Come on, be like,
well, she better be glad she didn't get excommunicado, because if that was the wrong person, they could have got Hulk mad, and who knows what would have happened. Just would have came back to his senses in jail or something. So
Hulk's
she's good. Yeah.
That would have been nuts, y'all. Listen, I dropped the link. I forgot to say it earlier, but I dropped the link, y'all, if you want to call him and share your thoughts about this particular one. Like now, because this is a crazy story. Like, what would you do if you were in that situation? Would you hire some black ops to basically say, hey, listen, get 3 of your buddies, 4 of your buddies, surveillance, whatever. I'll give you guys a mil a piece. Just get me this hard drive. Go beyond what the city said and get it
You
done.
gotta, yeah. I don't know. Me personally, I like I said, I would probably try something like that. You know, create an IG page, turn it into a scavenger hunt. Like I work with the city. Like I know he tried to get with the city, but I would give them, like, they got to have some kind of interest in it, right? Hey, yeah. I'm giving the city $50 million.
Yeah,
I'm giving the city $50 million to help me find this.
Look how quick it go up.
Huh?
Look how
probably would. Probably would. And another 10 to the city official or person who made. I don't know if that's legal or not, but I mean, you gotta come up with all kind of stuff, man, to try and get that back. Not even gonna cap. Unfortunately, none of it, the stuff he tried, worked. So goodbye. And just imagine, I mean, it's probably so much valuable stuff that's in the landfill anyway, just from stuff like this, you know. But it is what it is.
Hey, Coach Ross said, I thought just was saying hi, the Black Ops and monitor the X. I don't know. She's already I'm not even thinking about her. What's that song?
The Black Ops.
Yeah. We're done with the X, move on to the next. That would have happened. So I think for me, it was just been like, hey, hire them to get the surveillance done and do some crazy like retrieval of hard drives. Hey, any hard drive you find, just bring it. We gotta go, you know. We're gonna see what we can find if we can find it. Oh man, but that is a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a story you can tell your grandkids about. You know, I almost was a billionaire until I met this young lady. Not you know, he was saying he was cleaning up some computer stuff. So I'm not gonna put it all on her.
No, it's not.
I'll put a lot of it.
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. More specific. Don't touch this one.
More specific. That's true. So listen, y'all, I dropped the link. I'm going to drop it periodically throughout the show for you to call in, share your thoughts about any idea or topics that we cover, because this is an interactive show for us to talk with you. You don't got to show your face. You don't got to show your face at all, but you could definitely come on and share your thoughts about it. So how sick to your stomach on a scale of 1 to 10 would you be? Put in the comment section below. Let us know because we just want to hear from you. And I think, yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, faux show. And with that being said, we're going to transition over to our segment that we like to call the Tech Wire. Now, this segment is powered by Black Tech Global, your premier directory for upcoming tech events. So if you are not tuned in with them, go to blacktechglobal.com for more. Again, that's blacktechglobal.com for more. And this is more of our shotgun, hit it and quit it sort of parts of the show, but it's definitely informational, and we want to make sure that you get it. So August 5th to the 8th, National Sales Network Conference is happening in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's about $800 for that, but it's a conference. It's going to be about 3 days for that. So if you're in the Vegas area or plan to be out there, you definitely want to check that out. Then if you're in NYC, we got Baddies in Tech, BaddieCon that's happening from August 7th to the 9th, $150 for that as well. August 11th to the 16th, Black is Tech Week in Houston, Texas. So far, right now, $0 to get into that, but there's definitely tiers. You want to check that out for yourself. August 15th to the 16th is Black Tech Day in London, England. The price is to be A, so definitely go and check on blacktechglobal.com to figure out what that price tag is. And last but not least, for our rundown, we have August 27th, Champagne and Melanin, Prepare to Pivot Mixer in Houston, Texas. That's about $45 for one of the lowest tiers, but check it out for yourself, and we'll be talking more about other events that are happening in September. But for right now, those are the events that we're talking about for the month of August, so check those out, and we'll be bringing it back next week to talk about other events as well. So go ahead, check out blacktechglobal.com for more. Before we go on, we got a comment in the comment section. Dude, donate to charity if you get it, the Bitcoin. Hey, listen, whatever you can, just get somebody to retrieve that. That's the biggest thing. Let me get you unmuted there. Oh, no,
Whatever's gonna get somebody motivated, yeah. Like,
yeah.
okay, if this is, I told you, I would have put out all the stops, like whatever. Hey, I'm giving the city 50 million. I'm giving the person who find it specifically 10, and 10 to your favorite charity, whatever. It don't matter. Just find it. Like,
Yep. Help me, help you. Help
yeah,
me, help you.
yeah, yeah.
Nicholas says, ha ha, wish.
I know.
Absolutely. And thank you for tuning in with us, Nicholas. We definitely appreciate you sharing the comments. Keep it coming, Nicholas. And everybody else who's on the show who's watching. Man, that's a tough one. That's like winning the lottery right there. And you could have kept on winning too, because all you have to do is take out a little bit at a time. Coach Ross says, my middle name is Charity. My middle name is Charity. And then Nicholas asks, which city is he in?
It said Wells.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Wales somewhere.
Over the pond.
Yeah.
Over the pond. Man, that's
all the
tough.
way over there.
That is tough. Well, right now we're going to transition into that segment that is on the thumbnail, the one that you might have came to see, which is about Anthropic. They got beef in these AI streets, and we're going to talk about it as we get deeper into the subject matter right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, y'all know these AI companies, these tech companies, they're always beefing. But behind the scenes, you know, they dapping each other up. You already know. But at the end of the day, they still got beef for real. But they do have beef for real. So anyways, Anthropic, they're cutting off OpenAI. And I say they are. They already did. It was on Friday. They said excommunicado, done for, Arriva Dirty, you know. And here's what happened. So basically, Anthropic, they terminated OpenAI's access to its Claude AI models. And basically, they said that it was because of violations of its terms of service. So obviously, you know, these companies, a lot of times they do have a collaborative relationship. You know, just you want to provide your users with the best experience. So, you know, they try and do that, but also they're competitive and they want to win each other out and all this stuff. So here's what actually happened. Anthropic, they found that OpenAI's technical team was using Claude through special developer APIs to conduct extensive benchmarking tests ahead of GPT-5's anticipated August launch. So they was doing some extracurriculars on the you know, the backside. But basically, these weren't casual comparisons. OpenAI was systematically evaluating Claude's performance in coding, creative writing, and safety protocols, which also included sensitive categories like child safety, self-harm, and defamation. So Claude Code, they become the go-to choice if you know about it, right? You know, with Claude Code and all this stuff, they're a go-to choice for coders everywhere. Also, when it comes to writing, most people prefer using Claude when it comes to writing. It just writes better. So it was not a surprise to learn that OpenAI was trying to, you know, dig around and see what was going on there. They were also using basically Anthropic also said that they were also using the coding tools ahead of the launch of GPT-5. So here's what they said. Unfortunately, this is a direct violation of our terms of service, and they had to get them out of there. Now, here's what OpenAI said. OpenAI defended their actions, saying that this is standard industry practice. The chief communications officer, Hannah Wong, she said, it's industry standard to evaluate other AI systems to benchmark progress and improve safety. So anyways, while we respect Anthropic's decision to cut off our API access, it's disappointing considering our API remains available to them. Like I said, y'all, they be, you know, co-mingling all the time, but somebody got mad and they got them up out of there. So also, y'all, excuse me, this is not Anthropic's first strategic API restriction, though. Back in June, just a couple months ago, they also cut off Windsurf's access to Claude after reports came out that OpenAI was acquiring the AI coding startup for $3 billion. So they really, at the end of the day, they've been trying to figure out a way to cut OpenAI off and cut them out of their stuff. So they finally got it. They saw they was buying Windsurf, get them out of there. And now they figured out how to get them out for good. Yeah, it's pretty funny though. Windsurf, they got complex, if y'all remember, because Google ultimately hired away Windsurf's key leadership in a separate $2.4 billion deal for the talent acquisition. And that just left the company being acquired by Cognition. So they didn't even, OpenAI, y'all know what happened with that. So that was a interesting thing. But, at the end of the day, this is what happens in the tech industry, right? That everybody's clawing for, the top spot. Everybody's trying to get to the top of the chain, or, top of the peak and be number one. And this is one of Claude's way of cutting OpenAI out. What do y'all think about that? Obviously, you don't know what it could do for you when you're actually messing around with it. But obviously, it looks like they were trying to get the numbers so that they could do something better, so they could get the top spot, and they got called out and lost access. So anyway, we'll see. It's all about this AI arms race right now. Okay.
Yep, that's what it feels like. It feels like we're going to the Cold War right now when it comes to these AI things. What do you guys think in the chat regarding this split? We got Tech Coach Ralph in the building, our resident coder, who says, I was trying to use Claude 3.5 and kept getting API rate limited. I'll try Claude Code. Haven't tried it yet, but Gemini has been helping me the entire weekend with some code. So right now, Gemini is TCR's go-to, and it's just business to me. Anthropic is trying to make a power play. Yeah, I would say it definitely is a big thing. And I want to go back to that point that Trey made at the end about this split, because you're right. Like, a lot of things were collaborative. Everybody was dapping each other up. Perplexity, all these guys, like, like, cool. We use you for you and you for you, and everybody was kind of like had their kind of almost just carving out their lane. And so this was definitely a move to try to say, hey, listen, let us part ways here, because you try to step on some ground or territory that we want to claim. And so that's how I feel about it. And so it just kind of like the use of, this is not a part of our terms and conditions. Y'all just say it from the beginning. All of a sudden it's becoming an issue,
Yeah, exactly.
That you knew what they're all about from the beginning. Y'all exchanging notes the whole time. So, I just find it very interesting in the fact that they're like, listen, we actually still have our API up with them, and they just cut it off with us. It definitely sounds like what Tech Coach Ralph said here about being a power play. And
they're gonna start using these APIs as weapons.
Yeah. This will be a Cold War, and everybody's gonna try to start using stuff to like basically kind of carve out this area of like saying, this is for us, and sooner or later, what was once just discovery and learning and all this different stuff, it's gonna be coming at a premium for the user very soon. We're already paying for some of these if you want the premium service, but it's gonna be like, hey, you had 3 prompts today. Here we go. Because everybody's realizing not realizing, they know the potential of just how powerful their tools are and what people are willing to pay for it. And I'm thinking about just OpenAI, for example, ChatGPT. That was once a nonprofit, and then all of a sudden they're for profit because the money's there. So that's my thought.
Nonprofit with the for-profit arm.
The for-profit arm. And Elon's kicking the air because he's like, this is not what it's supposed to be about. Well, listen, when the money's there, the money's there. As we learned from Windsurf situation last week, and that's for all checking in. We talked about Windsurf last week, so definitely check that out to see more about what we're referring to today. But with Windsurf situation, we just learned how cold-blooded these companies can be, man.
Listen, it's a cold game out there, man. It's a cold game. Like, people don't realize, man, business is the ultimate sport. And then you got these tech company CEOs and owners and and creators. They are cold as ice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's ultimate sport, man. They, the biggest mind. I mean, they like you, but not like that. If I can get to that top spot, I'm coming for it, man. All you gotta do is look at some of those videos of Steve Jobs, them old videos, man. That's a cold dude.
Kevin Leary was talking about it. I don't know if you saw that video when Kevin Leary was on Not Even CEO. A little snippet about how he had conversations with Steve Jobs. Side note, y'all, but just how ruthless Jobs came off in those conversations, talking about different things, and Kevin Leary, he's always shown to be like a tough guy, but it looked like he was the one that was quiet in those conversations. Put it like that. So if you all want to check it out, y'all can check it out yourself. They're maniacal. And one of the things Kevin Leary said I thought was very interesting in that conversation. He said there's certain people that they remove the noise in their lives, and Steve Jobs was like one of those people. But he said the person that's the epiphany of that is Elon Musk. And he said
another
tech guy. And the way that brain is wired is like, you can't come to me no foolishness. You can't be talking to me about nothing that doesn't deal with the business. Like, you tell me like it's my birthday, cool. Are you working right now? like that type
Something else better come after that.
That kind of a maniacal focus. Yeah, I know, right? Like, hey, I got your pink slips right here. Don't come next to me.
You think I care about birthday?
Just like whatever.
Every day my birthday, man. Every hour my birthday, man. You think I care about that? Get out of my office.
Get out of my office.
You know how much money I got?
Yeah. Listen, I celebrate all the time.
I'm making my birthday right now and tomorrow.
Every day I'm living, I celebrate
legally.
Exactly, right. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna actually go in legislation and change it. But that's how maniacal some of these CEOs and leaders are, where they're just like super focused on getting theirs. They don't care about you. Don't care about anything else somebody bring to them. They might they might tear relationships, whatever, but they getting the job done according to them. So
that's why I don't understand why these people out here be thinking that they, the job really care about them. Like they care about you, but not like that. You go down today, that job listing coming up today. Like we need somebody to fill it.
Yeah,
they might send your family some flowers. That's the good ones. Otherwise, business says, "Oh man, you hear about?
So
hey,
sad.
make sure you get that job listing back up. Cut it by 20,000, and we're gonna." It just is what it is, man.
Perfect example. We've seen it with large companies as well recently in the news, where the CEO is gone for whatever reason. The first thing you know, one of the reasons is the listing goes up, or most of the times it's handled privately. But for like the public, like other positions in the company, minus the CEOs, it's like, oh, VP for this. They fill another spot. They're trying to get somebody in there. So listen, y'all, what are your thoughts on this conversation in regards to OpenAI and the Anthropic beef? It's like, they're like, we still got our API open. I thought that was hilarious. We still got our API open. So I was like, what's going on? We have Asmir Factory that says at the end of the day, it's business. There's a competitive component to it. Absolutely. There's definitely a competitive component to it. We definitely know that Coca-Cola and Pepsi, Yo, it reminded me of the story. Real quickly, I got another one. This is about this is one of those stories. I can't remember the TikTok person that did it, but he has a bunch of stories like this. So shout out to you. Once I get your name, I apologize. But he had one he talks about in the Philippines. The Pepsi had a contest. If y'all know it, put in the chat, where they had a contest that if you were to get this winning number on your Pepsi cap, this is back in 1994 or something like that, that you would get like a huge sum of money in the Philippines, right? They messed up though, and they picked the wrong number. Like they picked the number that a bunch of people had, and so people were lining up to get it, and they were like, "Oh man, we're so sorry." And all between a mix-up it took a couple of days, but they got something where they're like, okay, we'll give everybody a little something, something. And then Coca-Cola got involved allegedly, and they found one person that was like one or two people that were like messed up. They paid them to kind of like egg this thing on, and people got so enraged. They were like, when Pepsi trucks were passing, they were putting on fire, all sorts of crazy stuff. And so that became like a situation that could have destroyed Pepsi in the Philippines. But that's that competitive opportunity. They were smelling blood in the water, so allegedly,
hey, I mean, that's a part of the game, you know. I'm running the campaign too.
Yeah,
y'all gonna listen. Coca-Cola would never do you like that. We always treat everybody right. If we say we're gonna give you something, we're gonna give it to you.
Man, if I find that story, I'll find that story and I'll share. At least I'll share who the creator was. But it was one of those stories I was just like, man, like, oh, but blood in the water, and they went after it. Oh man, listen, y'all. If y'all appreciate the show, thank you so much again for rocking with us right now. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you're brand new. Thank you to ASMR Factory. We have Nicholas as well. Thank you, Nicholas Williams, for tuning in, brand new. And of course, we have Reese as well, saying people are wicked. Thank you all for tuning in and rocking with us. You definitely are our guest of the week. And we highlighting you, as well as Tech Coach Ralph, who says, don't mix business and anything else. Don't mix business with Hennessy. Don't mix business with don't mix it. that brown liquor will do something to you. Don't mix it.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
Cold as ice, right?
I don't know from experience, but that's what I heard. Don't mix it. Don't mix it, y'all. Tech Coach Ralph says, I'm laughing out loud. Oh man, as always, we appreciate every single one of you, and so glad that you are here with us. And now we have another topic that, as we coming to the close of our show, want to let you know and remind you this is a call-in show. So this topic right here may hit a little close to home, especially if you are a college graduate or have one in your family. Our oldest, he actually graduated high school. Graduated high school this year, and he's going into actually his college right now to sign up for classes and things of that nature. But we know that going back to these companies being who they are, things are changing right now. And we see that AI is making a lot of things different in good ways, and some ways that we just have to adapt to the changes. And one of the things that came up in conversation, I think we actually talked about it last week, and other people have had that question, is what is happening to the college grads these days that are leaving high school? The high school grads, and even the college graduates as well. They're leaving high school, going to college, and those that are going into college are leaving and going into the working world. What is happening to them when it comes to entry-level jobs and employment? So we're going to hit that and talk about that right now. But if you notice, getting a job after college is harder than ever, because one big reason is AI, and AI is changing how companies hire and making life especially tough for new graduates. By the way, disclaimer, this conversation might be actually old news to some people and be used as a reminder, which is a great thing that we do from time to time. But this also might be new to some people. So go ahead and put in the comment section your thoughts. And if you want to talk about this topic, you can go ahead and click the link. I just dropped it twice so you can see it there, but feel free to hit that link and we could talk about it further as well. So this conversation is specifically about what is happening with these college grads, right? So when it comes to AI, the issue that we have right now is, where did all the entry jobs go? Traditionally, college grads would start careers in entry-level positions, but those roles are disappearing fast, and we're seeing that. In Europe, new job openings for beginners have dropped by about 73%, according to our research, and companies are using AI tools like ChatGPT, which we just talked about. Instead of interns or junior staff, they're using AI agents to automate a lot of different things. So a shocking 86% of business leaders say they plan to replace beginner roles with AI, right? So AI can already do things like write reports, analyze data. We talked about coding. That's another thing that AI has proven itself to do. So those jobs at an entry-level position, at least, are starting to become slim. And here's another thing too that we need to kind of bring back up is that AI is actually even changing the hiring process. If you're filling out applications the traditional way, listen, that way is long gone, my friend. There's you got to use that human touch in the part of the process, and we're going to talk about that right now. So most companies are using AI bots to screen job applications. That's one, and some even use AI to analyze video interviews, looking at how you talk, your tone, and facial expression. So since AI tools can generate hundreds of job applications in minutes, real applicants have a harder time standing out. And there are fewer jobs and more people, or aka bots, applying. It's overwhelming and unfair to many genuine candidates, right? So what's going to happen with this first generation of college students that when they face these bigger hurdles, they often don't have strong professional networks to start off with. So they rely more on formal applications, which is a big issue right there. And we're going to talk about that. Many come from communities with limited internet access, even though I feel like at this point everybody has access, but it's just limited. And AI is expected to hit jobs held mostly by people in the inner city, people that are of various economic disadvantages in other places as well. So, what's going to happen? What skills do matter? And the ones that matter are the critical thinking and problem solving. So, thinking through messy real world issues, creativity, how creative can you be? Emotional intelligence is going to be huge, especially with all of our young ones addicted to the screens. How emotionally intelligent can these children be holding up a conversation and being aware of building relationships and being adaptable, teamwork, and communication? So, what are the things that would say that needs to be changed? Is that entry level hiring has dropped 50% since 2019, and that needs to be changed. Grads now make up to only 7% of new hires, according to them. Some colleges are starting to teach AI skills, but mainly haven't caught up yet. And that's one thing that some issues that people are having is like, hey, I'm paying all this money, but I don't have the necessary skills in understanding AI for me to excel. A better path might be skill stacking for some people, combining certifications, real world projects, and internships to get to where they need to go versus the traditional route. But I know we have a few college uh, graduates and people that are pushing that in the comment section. So I want to hear your thoughts on that. And then as we're looking at the bigger picture, we have to learn, like somebody said here, learn how to work with AI, not compete against it, build human strengths that AI cannot replicate, and get hands-on experience, not just classroom knowledge, in order to make an impact in this economy. But this is a great conversation. I'm gonna drop this link right now as well. You can see it here. Click to call in because there's a lot of things I want to talk about this. And I'm gonna go to the comment section as well. But before I do, I'm gonna pass it over. Actually, let me do this. Let me do the comment section first because Trey is only a couple here, and that's Tech Coach Ralph. He says, "Do you think it's the job or companies create new roles for grads or grads to figure out what companies need and offer that?" So, yeah, in other words, is it the job of the company to create these roles or for the grads to use their creativity to find ways to say, hey, you guys are missing on X, Y, and Z. I can provide X, Y, and Z service. Let me get in there. That's a great question. We could definitely talk about that. And then learn how to use AI, David says, not compete with it. That's exactly what was said in the report that we did in the research. So let us talk about it. I'm going to pass it over to Trey, and then I'm going to give my thoughts afterwards.
Yeah, no, I mean, real quick, I mean, it's nothing too crazy that y'all haven't heard from me. I mean, I just saw a few videos even Saturday that I'll probably be doing this week where, it's people talking about their master's degrees and just trying to get hired at McDonald's. It's crazy, yeah, at the end of the day. But that's where what Tech Coach Ralph has said, that's where that comes in, right? When you understand what a company needs for real, you can strategically put yourself in position to be that fill, to be the need filler, right? So that's the people who really understand that piece, they're the ones who are going to get in the door like when nobody else can, or when it seems like 500, 700 people are applying to the job, whatever it is, they're the ones who are getting in front, jumping the line because they're putting it in a different way. It's coming in a different package. Everybody else doing automated, application fill out. I'm doing a video and I'm sending it to the people in the director and down or whatever. Somebody get this video to such and such, the hiring manager. Like you're doing it in a different way, and it kind of catches your eye. You're not, sometimes you get fatigued, even if it's the what is this? I can't remember. Even the ATS, even if it's the ATS that's doing the original scan. After that, like it's a real person. How can I get the real person? And that's the stuff that you look for. So like what Coach Ralph said, like that stuff makes sense to me. But yeah, I mean, it's tough when you're entry level and you're coming into this type of market. I mean, it's different stuff that you got to do now in order to really stand out or really be able to get these jobs. But also, I would say if you have a job, keep it. Don't leave the job. Like I can't even say how wild it is to still hear stories of people leaving the job before they get the other job, and then they don't get the other job. Like, I don't know, man. But yes, that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's a really good point. The job market has changed, just like the housing market has changed. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So to go ahead and jump ship without having something secure is not going to be the same type of safety net that you think it will be. But I want to go back to a couple of things here, and definitely go into the comment section. Tech Coach Ralph said, actually, I also think showing what you've done goes a long way. And that ties back to one of the points that was made here, which is like, that combination of having project. Yeah, the combination, the combination lock. You want to find the code, you got to combine it. You got certification. Yeah, man, you got to combine things. Like I think school is great, for one traditional thing that was always in place that we keep. I mean, at least myself, that I keep forgetting is the networking component. I can't tell you about SDRs in my position, or people that in sales that are able to get meetings just because they went to the same school as the other person, the alma mater, right? So there is still that level of, hey, you went to this place. It's an expensive network, but you went to this place. It's like an exclusive club. I'll hear you out because we share that bond. Or even the fact that you can even develop champions at certain companies because of those bonds. Like, so it definitely spreads out far away. We know even it plays into getting new roles because it kind of has a pipeline with certain companies, and it's not companies, certain colleges where they're like, listen, we start here first. I know people that person I interviewed on my channel that they went to an Ivy League college, and all these huge companies that we know of, they literally had a whole session where they opened up specifically to their alma mater, specifically for the graduates there, to say we're hiring from this pool first before we even put it online, before we tell anybody else, because we want to keep this pipeline rolling. So there is a level of that there, but you have to maximize on that. And if you don't have that, you have to learn to develop that network through LinkedIn, through other channels, through mixers, through events. Going through events is not a little thing anymore. People want that human connection, and that's what I was going to say. The what's going to separate those people right now who's going to get the jobs is, how can I provide a human connection to my job applications? How can I make sure I'm reaching out to the hiring managers, connecting with those that are working there? There's actually 2 people that reached out to me recently who said, hey, I applied on your website, just want to see how things are going. And because I'm a nice-hearted guy, I made sure I reached out to the hiring manager or whoever was in charge, the recruiter, and they said, oh, I'm on it. And now that person got bumped up the list. But that came as a part of a human connection and reaching out to somebody within the company to get the ball rolling. So we can't discount that. Let me go to the comment section real quickly, make sure I don't miss anything. Not to get into politics, but and then David says, this reminds of Andrew Yang's stance on AI. Do you know he's referring to? I got to look it up. I'm not gonna lie.
So I don't know what he's referring to, but I know the Andrew Yang guy, but I don't know what he was referring to there. But I do know the Andrew Yang.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I mean, at the end of the day, what we do know is AI is not going anywhere. So if you're on the side of oh, well, I'm just going to do it how it was always done and somebody's going to give me a chance. Yeah, they probably will. Like if you can find the one company or the company that's saying, hey, we're doing stuff the old way and, we're still looking at hundreds of applications by hand. And like, you probably could build a relationship there on that alone and get in. Or what majority are doing, you can go on that side. Okay, so Andrew Yang, he had an interview about AI reducing workforce on CNBC. So yeah, so I'll need to see that and see what he said. But yeah, I mean, AI is we do know it's reducing jobs, but at the same time, it is creating them. You can't refute it. You can't deny it. It's creating jobs as well. So you gotta figure out what side of that you want to be on, and go all in on it. If you're gonna be in a company working for a company, you need to figure out the AI that's in your space, figure out how to use it, and use it to your advantage while you're working. Because if you don't, somebody else is, and they're gonna run circles around you. And you're gonna be looking around like, but I took 4 hours on this. This is hard work that I did, and the other person saying, yeah, I worked hard too, but it took me 30 minutes.
Facts.
I started telling people now, I get paid to think. I get paid to think. This is like, sometimes people don't respect that side. It's the brute force. Like I'm working with my hands on. I get paid to think. So anyway, the new song is AI While You Work. You
gotta create that one, Tech Coach Ralph. You gotta create that one and send it to AI while you work. I love it. Oh man. And then Tech Coach Ralph did say this. Well, I'll deal with them when AI is always nice and pleasant to you. I mean, listen, I kind of go to that example of I heard this customer service call where this elderly person was literally at first you could tell like, okay, they could tell it was AI, but AI was so patient with them, and literally at the end of the call, the person's like, "Hey, don't leave me. I need help with this too." So it does say a lot when you have something that can be pleasant, right? We want to definitely keep those human in the loops because we know that we are not fully there, but it's catching up pretty quickly. And if you told me this 2 or 3 years, I would probably think otherwise, but I'm convinced that you're definitely in the place. So we said a lot of good stuff today, and we definitely appreciate you all for rocking with us on the show and sharing your thoughts. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to start a new segment here where we could call Shout Out Live. Shout Out Live. So I want to shout out everybody who commented today. We had first David, last but not least, David. Thank you so much for your comment and being a part of the show here, just dropping you up. And just kind of everybody shout out to David for commenting. Tech Coach Ralph as well. People with the master's degrees, they don't say what their degree was in. Shout out to you as well as Nicholas. Nicholas says,
I didn't even see that one. That was hilarious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Right?
I missed that one, but you're right.
Shout out to Nicholas Williams for also dropping on the show and sharing his thoughts there. Oris, good morning, and thank you again for stopping by. And we have ASMR Factory as well for stopping by on the show. So if you go live with us and you comment, we're definitely going to highlight you on the show. Put AI at the DMV, Tech Coach Ralph says. Put AI at the DMV. Let's see if Elon can get that going. I don't know if he's still rocking with Trump, but let's see. We can probably get that going there. But AI at the DMV and see what happens. Will it be a smoother situation? I hope it is by the time I have my appointment. So with that being said, we're going to transition to the Brown Box special. And speaking of Trump, we got one from the White House that you probably have heard of, but we're going to talk about it right now. President Trump fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics Commissioner Erica McEntire just hours after a weaker than expected July jobs report was released. A weaker than expected July jobs report was released. The report showed only 73,000 jobs added, along with a large downward revision to previous months, prompting Trump to accused the Bureau of Labor Statistics Commissioner of releasing rigged numbers. He offered no evidence, but claimed it was one of the worst miscalculations in 50 years. Critics from across the political spectrum condemned the firing as baseless and warned it could erode trust in a historical, nonpartisan agency. Economics emphasized that job data revisions are normal and stem from late survey responses, not bias or manipulation. Former officials, including Trump's own past appointees, said commissioners can't rig data due to the agency's internal safeguards. And Trump allies are defending the move, calling for new leadership to restore transparency. Still, many view it as part of a troubling pattern of politicizing independent institutions. What do y'all think? Somebody, did the messenger just get shot for no reason? Like what happened?
What it sound like?
Oh, we got a big boy. We got a boss in the family here. We got a boss here. Elevate to the unknown.
Hey.
Trump said, "Y'all keep the data wrong. Y'all's got to go. Y'all's got to go."
Hey, that's what he always say, ain't it? It's rigged. Hey, hold on. The numbers, fix it, get it right.
They're not my numbers. They're your numbers.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like these aren't the numbers that I want to see. So make it right. Get it right. If you can't get it right,
you want to sleep with numbers. They weren't these numbers.
Excommunicado, man. Excommunicado.
You might get a shirt that says that. Just excommunicado.
I don't know. They might sue me, man. They might sue me.
They might, but listen, it's just language. But listen, what do y'all think about that story? Do you think that there's any sort of is this baseless? You know, Tech Coach Ralph says this is Sparta right before the kick that nails Erica into the proverbial hole, black hole. This is Sparta. That's how it feels right now.
Killing
you could get
the messenger.
You could get kicked out. You would get kicked out. Well, yeah, no, this is an interesting conversation, y'all. Let us definitely know in the comment section because we definitely want to hear about you. But that's the Brown Box special for this week. It was one that we just want to bring up because it is a famous one. It's one that people are talking about right now. And I don't know. I mean, they just brought the numbers. Like, if you ask any Tom, Dick, and Harry right now, they would say that the job market sucks. So I don't know what right? It's tough right now for some people. Elevate to the Unknown says the data was wrong under the Kamala and Biden as well. Higher numbers for them that was later adjusted down.
Antoine.
This keeps happening, so he said time for y'all to go.
Hey, at some point, now I'm with you on that, Antoine, for real. Because, like, you know, it's only so many times that stuff can happen. And okay, now who can get it right? Right? Like, at the end of the day, how long are you going to have something where, okay, the numbers keep getting adjusted, keep having to get adjusted? It's a late adjust, right? So you got them looking good or bad for however long. And then all of a sudden, you sneak in the real numbers. Well, everybody moved on to something else. So you done highlighted whether it was good or bad. And then later down the line, you sneak in, okay, actually it was lower or actually it was higher. But ain't nobody focusing on that now. So I hear you. I hear you. Somebody got to get it right. So figure it out. We got too much technology nowadays to be getting it wrong, man. There's no way that you can't just as soon as the vote or as soon as the either revision or as soon as it comes in, it can't just be automatically updated. You know, we in the 21st century now, man.
Yeah.
It's like they doing it by hand.
Yeah. And Tech Coach Ralph says it messes with the market. In a private company, how often can we survive off false data? And Elevate to the Unknown says agreed. You said a lot better than me, Tech Bag Trey.
It definitely that's funny. Tech Coach Ralph, it definitely messes with the market. Obviously, like there are people who are waiting on, like, you know, they're waiting on this information to come out, and that because they know certain moves are gonna happen in either direction based on what's said. So, like, I agree. So that, I mean, that's a whole another side of it at the end of the day. But yeah, it does. It affects a lot.
Yeah. People's perception, how the market moves, the stock market as well. Like all these different things are impacted by these reports. So very well said, you know, points there that we need to address and take to heart. So what are your thoughts, y'all? Thank you again for rocking with us on this episode. Listen, this is a conversation that we can roll into next week as well, because I know it's definitely something that hits home for a lot of people. We were seeing it, that there's an interesting market right now, whether it's housing, whether it is a job market. This is not the day, and this is different. You can't just quit your job and be like, I'm going to quit my job and hope for the best without a plan to follow up.
Quit today, get a job today.
Yeah, take back track. Yeah. Like back in the day, it's a little bit different right now, so we have to move differently. But we want to make sure we have the right numbers that when we move with that, we can go the right path. Listen, this has been a great show. Again, I want to shout out to everybody that commented, and that's what we do from now on. Elevate to the Unknown came through, and he commented. ASMR Factory commented. Oris is here as well that commented. Nicholas, thank you so much as well for commenting. Tech Coach Ralph, of course, laying it down. And David Santaval, thank you so much, everybody who commented and shared their thoughts in the show. We want to shout you out and continue to go ahead and do that. And if you are not already, those that are watching and a little bit timid on the keyboard or can't, for whatever reason, comment, feel free to subscribe if you have not already. We really appreciate that, and that does help the channel. And we got to thank you again for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world, baby. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, peace and elbow grease.